Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattooed Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today is an exciting day for a teacher because I'm setting up my teacher lesson planner for this year. I am really excited for this. I actually go back for a couple of work days next week, and then it's just like a slow progression into the school year, and so I need to get this baby set up. So this is my 2021-22 EC Teacher Lesson Planner, and I will go ahead and link my unboxing of this because I'm not going to do any kind of review or anything in this video. I'm strictly just setting it up for the school year, but I'll link that down in the description and a little card for you if you want to check that out. This cover I love. I have the layers color scheme, which I'm really excited about because I do love that pattern. So first things first, we are going to flip through the planner real quick and get an idea of what I'm going to do, and then we will jump right back in to that plan. So for these pages, I repurposed a lot of this stuff for what I need. So what I did last year, which really helped, was put my bell schedules here. I don't actually have those bell schedules yet, but we have like a regular schedule and a pep rally schedule, so I'm going to do those here. But I'm going to go ahead and label them so that I don't forget what I plan to do. And then over here, I want to do a work days log. So I have to do 10 work days before the school year starts. And I've already done one. And like I said, I'm going to do some more like next week and the week after and so on. So I want to log those here. And then also here, I want to put in my duty dates. So that would be like a dance duty, things like that. So that's going to be here. Now, I don't know what these are going to be yet, but I just want to set up the space, kind of like what I'm doing over here. Here, I want to put a days off log just to keep track of them. And that was really helpful last year, so I want to like continue that. I thought that that was a good idea. This I'm going to leave blank. I've never used these pages. Don't plan to use them. Here, I'm going to do a school calendar. I've already decided what I want to do and like how many days are in each. And I'm going to use highlighters, and I've already kind of picked my colors. And then I'll just put a key up here at the top. I always like to have the school calendar in here. Last year was really helpful to mark in our hybrid days or our distance days. This year, hopefully that's not going to be part of our schedule, but I do want to have my schedule set up. Okay, this past couple years, I've done like a goal tracker kind of thing, and then I forget to fill it out. I think I did it one year, and then last year I just like totally put that on the back burner, and I kind of reflect on my goals at work in a different way. So for these pages, what I want to do this year is I want to keep a log of good things. So whenever something good happens, I want to put it in here so that when I get to those hard days, I can come back to these pages and be like, hey, remember these good things that happened? Like, we're gonna get through this. And I have some Planning Roses month stickers. These are so beautiful. So I'm gonna white out the months here. Plus, I just hate the order that they're in. I wish they were blank so that it would work for everybody, but we start in August. Well, really July. So I'm gonna start with July here, but I wish they were just blank. But anyway, okay, let's move on. This is going to be my page for my seating chart. As of right now, and I don't think it's going to change, I'm still teaching one class and doing all of my coaching duties. And I need a seating chart page for my class. And so that's going to be here. I'm still teaching Honors World History, which is my favorite. It's my little baby of a class. I love it. So I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I am a high school teacher. I know this is geared more toward elementary, but I make it work for me, and I love all the color. I'm a high school teacher. I teach one class, and then I have a bunch of coaching duties, and also I help out the administrators with quite a few things for them, especially like automating things, all kinds of stuff. So instructional technology coach, teacher, and admin duties. That's kind of like my shtick. All right, now my monthly spreads. I made the note over here because this is when school actually starts. I'm going to do my lesson calendar on here. I used to do it on this big calendar on the wall, but I think it would be more helpful to have this because this kind of comes home with me on the weekends. So if I need to work on my lesson plans over the weekend, I've got it with me. And then major events. So I'm going to put the holidays in as part of my setup, but I won't have my lessons kind of mapped out just yet. I will do an update video. I usually do that in like September or October, like a kind of a back to school update. So you'll be able to see it in action when we get to that point. But these pages, I've got my labels here, and I'm going to go ahead and label everything so that it's all ready to go for the year. And then for the last thing I'm going to do, 1 week, I think Labor Day, because I can use this for a holiday, I'm going to go ahead and use this little sticker sheet. So we actually start school on the 11th, which is right here. And it feels really early, but also, I guess we started on the 14th last year, so it's not super early, but all right, so that is my plan. The rest of this, I'm not going to use the checklist. I still haven't found really a good purpose. I have an online gradebook, and I keep an alternative gradebook as well with standards-based learning in a Google Sheet, so I don't really need the checklist. I've tried using this for tracking like teacher things that they need to turn in, but I also never checked back to that, so we're just going to leave the checklists as is. Maybe I'll figure out something. And then the stickers are all the same. I used a lot of these last year, so I'm going to try to use as much as I can. I love this pocket. It's so cute. Back here, I'm not really going to show you this because it's like private school stuff, but I'm going to put in my school calendar, which is like my master list with very specific things on it. Also, like our personnel list for the district, and then master schedule, of course, which my principal actually emailed today, but I don't have a printer and it's subject to change, so I'm not even going to print it off yet. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and get started on all of this. So we're going to start here, write my name in here, and then we'll get going on all of the setup. So I'm going to speed you up because I don't know how long this is going to take me, but I will go ahead and voice over like how I'm doing it and any kind of like things that would be helpful. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with writing my name and my title and the year, because often I will take off the cover, and so I need to know what year the planner is. So I'm just using my Tombow whiteout tape to go ahead and clean up some of these sections. So I've got my workdays log here, and then my duty dates here for dances, concession stand, etc. And then I just put in a little funky arrow because I didn't center them. Now for this section, I just whited out the whole thing and I wrote bell schedules, but I didn't like how it looked. Looking back at it now, it looks fine, but it was off center and it was bugging me. So I'm going to redo that in a moment, but I went ahead and put in regular schedule on one side, pep rally schedule on the other, and then this is for my days off log. I'm just using a little dashed line down the middle to give me 2 columns, and then just labeling days off log. So I just got rid of the whole thing and started over. It doesn't look any better, but I mean, it is what it is. It's fine. It's just for me. And I went back later and added a strip of washi above that just to fill that white space because it was kind of bugging me that it was so far down, like low. So it's not my best work, but it's fine. And then I just used a purple eyeliner to fill in that space just to give it a little bit of color up there and kind of bring it together. All right, these pages are ready to go. I don't know what I'm going to do over here, but sometimes there's like things I want to keep track of, so I can just leave this space open for like sticky notes or whatever. Okay, moving on to this school calendar. So I've got my copy of it. Let me figure out all of my colors here. All right, there we go. I'm going to make my key across the top. I've got my calendar all ready to go, and let's do it. So I started by making my key. In the past, I've done like a swatch of color and then labeled it, but for this one, I wanted it to look kind of clean and just kind of a little more modern and straightforward. So I just wrote down what all of the categories were and then just highlighted them after giving them a couple of seconds to dry so I didn't smudge. And I like the look of that a lot. I would definitely do that again. And then moving into the actual labeling. So this actually took me about 10 minutes because I had to double check all of the dates. With highlighter, you can't really erase or anything. So I wanted to make sure I got all of them correct, and I did. So it took some time, but I love the look of it. Here's my calendar all set up. I really love this. In the past, I've used like dots and things like that, but this is a little bit more clear to me, I think. So I'm really enjoying this. I like it. Okay, next up is my good things. And like I said, I've got these from Planning Roses. And what I need to do is white out the names of the month like that. And then I'll put them here. They're like kind of big, but I think they'll fit kind of perfect if I can just get it right. So let me do that for my good things pages. So starting off, I went ahead and whited out all of the sections, and it just gave me a blank slate to lay down the stickers. Now these stickers were a little tricky to work with because they're very thin. They're on like clear paper, and so I had to be very careful. I got a couple of them crooked, and these longer ones took up a lot of space and kind of overflowed out of the boxes, which is fine because I found a solution for that. You'll see in a minute. I'm going to use my X-Acto blade to trim off whatever overflows out of the sides of the boxes. And so I really like the look of it at the end. I totally messed up April and March too, but I was too afraid to lift March, so I just left it as is. And here's where I'm taking my X-Acto blade and just cleaning it all up. Just to finish, I wrote good things up at the top and did a little shadow with a mild liner. I love how this turned out. This is so cute. I love it. Now, this page did not go so great. I think I murdered April like 4 times, and March is all crooked, but I don't care. This really looks just so cute, like whimsical and fun, and I hope that I remember to add things to this because it's so cute. I kind of want to write good things over here too. I think I will, just so it like doesn't look off balance. Let me do that real quick. Okay, that's cute. Now let's go to my seating chart. Now I don't need to do a whole lot for this. I haven't decided how I want my classroom to be because well, okay, it's kind of complicated because I share my room with another teacher, and so we kind of have to decide what we're gonna do with our room together because our classes are like back to back. So I do want to write like seating chart up here, and then I'm gonna just cut down a few of these Post-its. I have a feeling my class is going to be really small this year. Our enrollment is down just a little bit, not a little bit, a lot, for a variety of reasons. But I use these little Post-its to put the kids' names on them, and I can just move them around like wherever I want. So I don't know. Let me just make a few more because I really have no idea how many kids are going to be in my class. But it will be less than 10. I teach at a very small school. It's a very diverse school, but it's rural. It's a very interesting place to work. But you get to know your kids really well because the class sizes are so tiny. Okay, so let me write seating chart up here real quick, and then we'll move on to, I think, the months. Pretty sure, yeah. Okay. These are just the Post-it page flags, and I just cut them down. What my plan for this is, and I've done this before, I just map out in pencil like what our seating arrangement is going to be. And then I leave a space for each desk, obviously, in my little floor plan. And then I can put these wherever I want. So that's the plan. All right, let's move on to the months. Okay, so I've got my holiday stickers here, and I need to place these down. I do not put all of the holidays into this planner. I just don't see the need for that. I just do the ones that like affect my kids and my school. So if I leave some out, that's why. Also, I don't do like all of the summer ones either. So yeah. All right, let me do that real quick. So I decided this year to put them up in the top left corner of each of the calendar boxes just to keep it consistent and to get them out of the way so I can use the majority of the box for that future lesson planning that I've mentioned. And I think that's going to work out really well. Another thing I noticed when I was laying these down is that the holidays this year are very inclusive, and I do appreciate that a lot. All right, all of my holidays are in. Now let's go back to these pages, and like I'm gonna go back to the beginning, and I'm gonna put in my some of my calendar stuff. So I've got it over here. I have these two washi. These are the Layers washies. They're brand new, and I really want to keep this year keep it really consistent when it comes to like decorating and stuff. So my weeks will look kind of varied, but I kind of want like a uniform theme. So I've got these two. I'll just like alternate them kind of, and just whatever I feel like using, I'll use. So we're gonna start off with July here, and I have I think the only things I need to put in here, well, really nothing. I'm gonna mark in my work days, like my additional extra 10 work days, but not yet, because I don't know exactly what they're gonna be. But they're gonna be in these 3 weeks. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in like the major events of the calendar. I'm gonna leave this just in case I forget what my purpose is here. But let me go do that real quick, and I'll be back. For the monthly spreads, I'm going to put in basically most of the information I put on that yearly calendar at the beginning, mainly because I want to have it readily available to me. Like if I want to look far ahead and look at the year at a glance, I can definitely look at that page at the beginning. But for the months, I mean, this is where like the meat of my future planning is going to be. And so I'm using washi like this to block off big chunks of time, such as winter break, fall break, these work days at the beginning of our school year. I'm also, to keep the colors consistent, I just want to really have a clean planner this year. I'm using the teardrops and the flags from these date sheets. And I really love how it looks at the end, because it's just purple in September and just yellow in August, and I think it's going to look really cool. For holidays, I just put washi in the middle of the box and just fill it, because I'm not going to need that space for lesson planning, and I can just block off that time. That'll also remind me, hey, this is a holiday, don't plan for that. So I'm using teardrops and flags here to mark in things like our professional development days, half professional development days, and the end and the beginning of the grading period. All right, all of my months are set up. So now I need to go through and do the weeks. Now for my July work days, I actually have some here. My back to school prep ones. Let me just get these all out so I have them. Okay, so I know I'm gonna be working this week, which is in July. So I'm just gonna use one of these little tabs here, and then I will just make my to-do lists like in this whole section. Like I'll just fill these pages with to-do lists. I know I'm gonna work some days this week and then some days this week. I haven't figured out exactly which days, otherwise I would mark that, but that is okay. All right, so now let me show you how I'm going to do my weeks. Okay, so this is a work day, or I should say like a work week. And I don't know if I want, how I want to do this week. I should probably just set this up as a normal week anyway. So let me show you that. I don't know that you need to see like every single week, but let me show you how I'm going to set up and how like every week is going to look. All right, so I'm going to start with, I think they go in this order. So I picked colors that were like bright and contrasting, and kind of pulled the colors from the layers pattern. I don't love the combo like order how I did it, but that's okay. This side is very dark and the other side is more bright, is kind of what my problem is. Okay, so this side of my, like every week, will be strictly for my own class, like my one class. So I've got classroom to-dos, and this could be anything from like, I don't really make that many copies, but if I need to make a copy of something, if I have a detention, a birthday, just something in here. Then I've got my lesson plans, and then my state standards and materials here. On the other side, this is strictly for like my coaching stuff and my admin stuff. So I'm going to start with coaching activities. So this is like meetings that I'm leading or attending. I've got high school events and to-dos. So this would be like the admin duties, and then anything going on like school-wide. These are like printed weird. Like some of them are like, they're off center. Oh well. And then this last section, which became kind of my favorite, is my ideas and notes. So these, like this space is strictly for like jotting down something that I want to come back to, which is kind of nice. Now, I have some options for the last column. So I got future plans in like some different colors. And then I've got prep for next week as well. So I think for this week, I'll just put the back to school prep. There we go. So now I have the whole week all ready to go. So I've got plenty of old sticker books and stickers that I've taken from the back of the planner, which resemble these guys. So I've got lots of those left over. I'm going to try to stick to these washi tapes pretty much the whole year. I'm going to try. We'll see. I've also got a Happy Planner sticker book that I may or may not use. I'm not like totally in love with it. I was kind of disappointed by the Happy Planner teacher release. There just wasn't a lot that was speaking to me, but it may grow on me. We'll see. But that is going to be it for this video. Let's just recap what I did so far. All right, I got my name in here. I've got these pages set up and ready to go when I have that information. We're skipping that. I've got my school calendar all ready to go. I've got my good things little log here. My seating chart just needs to be sketched out and student names filled in. So for July, I will fill in my work days here, whichever ones that I choose to do. And then we've got August ready to go. I will fill in my lesson, just like what the topic is that we're doing each day. I don't know if I'm going to use pencil or pen for that. I rarely use pencil, so I'll probably be pen with some whiteout. I've got my first week all ready to go. We do have a schedule for this week, but I'm not ready to put that in yet. So I'm just gonna leave it blank for now. And then we've got September, October, November, December. That one's my favorite. That's so cute. January, February, March, April, May. I'm excited. I'm so happy that this is all ready to go and set up. Oh, it just feels good to be ready to go. Are you ready to go back to school or no? I'm curious. Let me know. I'm like half and half. I'm like ready to be busy again, but I'm not ready to like be busy to the extent that I am during the school year, if that makes sense. But anyway, I enjoyed setting this up. I hope that you enjoyed watching it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified of my videos. I will leave a lot of resources down in the description of past setups, my teacher planner playlist, vlogs having to do with school, things like that. Will all be down in the description for you. If you have any questions for me, definitely leave those in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!